Hey, hi everybody. Today we're making a chicken soup. So we're going to be using some leek. We have leek here. I've already cut it. So here's the leek. Enjoy the leek. Cut it, you know. Of course, you've got some dark pieces that can be removed. So we can go for it. Put it in there. Of course, just in case there is some dirt in the leek, rinse it again. You know, I washed it, but because it's leek, you can't really reach the inside, so it's always a good idea to rinse it again. A little bit of onion is a good idea too. I cannot myself, and like many ladies over 50, cannot really do too good with onion, so I'm gonna limit the amount of my onion. You can put a lot. It just changes the flavor, but it's nice to have a little flavor of onion in it. So this is all homemade and, you know, easy going, you know, no stress type of food. All right, so I cut a little bit of onion. I like to cut it in small pieces. Some people like to leave it in bigger pieces, you know, for people to eat, but I like to have the onion a bit smaller. So I cut it. All right, so that can go in there. So we're good with this one. Carrots are good. They give you pink thighs and a better eyesight, so they say. Whenever you buy vegetable, even if it says that it's been washed 2,000-3,000 times, wash it again. Yeah, let's do carrots, a bit more carrots. What carotene? Carotene is good for you. So, Dr. Levin, what is carotene good for?
Carotene does a lot of different factors. There's certainly the vitamin A and the retinol in there that will help your eyesight. And there's other features, other vitamins as well. So cutting the carrots reminded me of the medical information that when little children are fed a lot of carrots when they're very young and not much else in their diet because it's an introductory food, they turn orange. It's called keratosis. So the mother thinks the child is jaundice, it brings to the doctor, and the doctor just say, no, just stop feeding him so many carrots. It cures it.
And I'm not stressed and I'm not in a rush. I don't have kids I've got to take out to go to soccer game or dance or ballet, you know, whatever. I just have my good old time to be with my family and relax. And even if you're just a single person, you live on your own. You don't have to use that many vegetables. You do not need a big bowl like this. But it's quick and easy to make for just you. Processed food is really not good for you. Make a big batch. Cook it. Make portions. Freeze it, and like this you have it ready for you. Always good stuff, and you won't regret it. You're gonna lose the pounds, your body, your heart's gonna, and your soul also is gonna feel better. Just the fact of knowing that you're eating the food that you cooked, you prepared, makes a huge difference. So it makes it easier when you cook chicken soup to use chicken broth with that. Just go ahead, empty it out. Put that good old chicken stock in there. Put all the veggies that we prepared in here. I'm French and I love turnips. In French we call it navet, which actually a navet is also what we call a really bad movie. We call it a navet or turnip. That means like, not good at it. So anyhow, we've got to get the turnip ready now. Here's a turnip, in French, navet. Blam again, blam. And you cut the top, you cut the little piece there, cut it off. All right, so now we need to peel. All right, so we're gonna peel the turnip. Get the skin off. Turnips are very sweet. And if I may, I will tell you a little story. One time I cooked a meal and I cooked and made actually turnip puree. So you cook a bunch of turnips, puree it, and add salt and pepper simply. And I served it and didn't say what it was. And you know what? People thought it was mashed potato, but light. Which in a way it is. But that was actually, people actually loved it.
Don't cut yourself.
I know. You see how pretty turnips are in pretty color? If the food looks pretty, usually it's good. You can actually bake it in the oven. Just put a little bit of salt and pepper, touch of butter or touch of oil, whatever you feel like, and cook the darn thing. We're cooking, we're cutting. Put this in the pot. So we have, we said the celery, the carrots, the leek, some onion. Now we are adding some turnip. I put it high so it starts, bubbling, boiling. All right, in there I've got some chicken that I actually baked. I like to bake my chicken before I cook. I bake it myself before I make curry and such. It's just so much better. The flavor is better, and just don't go crazy, okay? Just use basic, a little bit of oil on your chicken, salt, pepper, oven, 375 degrees Fahrenheit, 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And they say about 20 minutes per pound. Just look for it to look like this, okay? You want it to look like this. See, you can have a nice skin and the chicken is nice and cooked. They say check for 165 degrees of heat, but you can see and you can tell, look at this. Oh, perfect, delicious. I keep a little bit of the skin that I cut in small pieces to put in the soup to add to the flavor. I don't put too much of it because it's fattening.
And this is my part of the cooking. I do the meat chopping because after all, I'm a doctor. So just like she says, even though I've washed my hands several times in a little bit, I'm going to wash them again before I touch food. All right, ready for chicken chopping. So to add to the flavor, the extra bones, once removed, can be put in here, but be sure to remember to remove them before serving. So here we are. This is the chicken all chopped up in little pieces. It's going to go in the soup too. Just like that. And some skin. See a little skin for flavoring?
Okay. There is this good stuff that Lauren Levin got me to discover. That is excellent. It's this broth in a paste like this. So one is about 1 cup. 2 teaspoonfuls like this is about 2 cups. So we're gonna need to add about 2 cups of water. We have a good filter on the fridge, so we can do it in there. There we go. Stir the stuff. It's gonna mix. Of course, if the water is hot, it's easier to mix the stuff. But you can just put it in there. Look at what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna pour it like this. We want the good stuff to go into, and we stir as it goes. It's already hot. It's gonna be just mixing and melting, and you make a beautiful effect with the pot that turns around and around and around and around and around. We just stir like this, and it's happy, and it looks like a waltz. You can beat that. All right, so we're gonna put some salt, iodized salt, because Dr. Levin says. Go ahead, Philippe, tell me.
If you don't get your iodine and your salt and you don't eat seafood, you will eventually have thyroid issues.
Ooh, which is not good. So, salt, pepper. You don't have to put pepper if you are of a reaction to pepper. tarragon. Chicken and tarragon love each other. Tarragon, you see that? Estragon en français, estragon. You do not hesitate to use tarragon, estragon with chicken. And also, if you're making a beef stew, try tarragon and rosemary. I got the tip from my friend Grace, and it's fantastic. And add a touch of red wine in your beef stew. But we're doing chicken soup, so we're not going to put red wine in this. Give a good amount of tarragon in there. Go for it, give it flavor. And then, of course, as you're cooking, you can always adjust. That's why when you cook, you know, you want to test and see, you know, what's going on. All right, let's mix this. And see what happens. It smells really yummy already. This is going to be a good soup. And very flavorful. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so we're going to get this to bring it to a boil because of the vegetables. All right, so now it's boiling. So we're gonna turn it down, and I partially cover it. I leave it a little bit of a lip, you know, so it doesn't go and overflow. And just take your time. Leave it alone. If you want to put it even lower after it's boiled, as long as it's a strong simmer, you can leave it going because you want your vegetables cooked. When you have spuds, potatoes, you put potatoes in it, you can. You have to make sure that you put more salt because potatoes suck up a lot of salt. And if you don't put enough salt with potatoes, it's not very exciting. Like this, and we're gonna give it some time. We're gonna see how long it takes. Okay, let's time it, Philippe. Alright, so I like getting the garlic, all roasted garlic. So you can get it like this. You can use just regular garlic and put it in it. But I like this roasted garlic because it has a flavor that is different, you know, and it goes very well. So I put about that much. About that much. I cut it. But, you know, it's nice to have little pieces that mix with your food when you eat it. You know, you get a little extra flavor, the little surprise when you get a bite. We can now put this in the soup. And look at these bones there, these good old bones. You see, it's got some good bones. They're going to give you extra broth actually as they cook. Alright, well, we've got this going now for a little bit. And ooh, this smells good. It smells actually a little bit sweet because of the tarragon. It will not taste sweet. Okay, there's no sugar in this, you don't have to worry about it. But the tarragon just makes such a huge difference. Really, you can put, you know, whatever herbs you want in it, but this is my soup, so I put my tarragon in it. I like it. Living here on the Gulf Coast, I have not tried growing tarragon because herbs like this are considered fine herbs, herbes fines, and they're difficult to grow where we live. It's too hot, too humid. You have really a short period of time to be able to grow them. So things like tarragon, parsley, anything that's fine herb is really difficult to grow.
What herbs can you grow here?
Well, here on the coast, actually, rosemary does great because USM actually created a type of rosemary that can survive here and grow into really big bushes. And if you go on Highway 49, there is actually a stretch of Highway 49 where they planted rosemary bushes. I was so surprised when I saw it, and they're doing well. What else can you grow here? Well, thyme is not going to work because this is definitely too humid. It's going to be dry for thyme.
It's not the time for thyme.
It's not the time for thyme. That's certain, Philippe. I agree completely.
Wait, stop.
You can grow parsley here on the coast, but it's a short period of time during the year. Oh, it's steaming up my glasses. That's a good sign. It smells delicious. Perfect seasoning. Perfect. Absolutely delicious. Very good. I like it.